Good morning, it's Barbara. It is stunningly beautiful outside and I am going out. Yeah. Manny's guys are here. They're clearing out between the two driveways. It's got all these big bushes and stuff. So Manny's here with a couple of young men, very young. 12, 10, 12, and another one 15, 16. I wonder if they're his kids. I should ask him. Anyway, good morning. It's Barbara. Thank you for joining me for coffee. We are getting all spiffed up. I told them we had company coming later, so I didn't know what time. So they're prepared to move the truck when they need to. But the rate they're going, they're going to want to move the truck anyway because they're going to be working in a different part of the yard. Oh, good morning. It is so gorgeous out here. My original thought was I was going to come down and get a cup of coffee and go back upstairs and sit in bed and look at the news, but it was so beautiful out the window. I told Dennis, forget it, I'm coming outside. So this is my second cup and I've been outside. I never did do any work out here yesterday, so I am going to do it today. At least wash the table, but I may get the hose out and see if I can spiff it up a bit, because we're definitely going to want to be out here this afternoon when Russ and Pat come get Aura out of the house. But I didn't do it yesterday. I was busy yesterday. I was trying to think, I wake up and I'm like, what am I going to talk about today? And nothing comes to mind. I mean, this morning, my mind was so blank, I thought, maybe I should just skip today. How can you get on the internet and just say, I didn't do a damn thing yesterday, and I'm having company today, have a good day. I mean, that would have been it. And then I remembered that I was busy all, for hours in the morning and early afternoon. But it was like I hung a couple of loads of clothes on the line and I helped Dennis do this and do that. And I can't even remember everything I did. It was mostly sort of sous chef assistant kind of things because Dennis had a very bad night that night before last. And he was feeling low energy, but he had things he had to do. And, when things don't go well. And so I was helping him. I was doing my best to help so that he was having an okay day. And it kept me busy till we walked the dogs at 2, get back 2:45, and then we start eating because we haven't eaten until then. And then things calmed down after that. Aura and I watched some TV. We watched the last of the McDonald and Dodds she hadn't seen. I had seen them all. And then we watched Sister Boniface. Season 3. Neither of us had seen those, so we watched a couple of those, and then that was that. I ended up watching some YouTube videos, and then I caught the tail end of the debate, and yeah, so that was my day. Anyway. And now it is beautiful, and it's supposed to be rainy all weekend, so we do want to be outside while we can. Oh, I made Aura's dinner. Dennis, made salad. He makes a big batch of salad. He uses like 5 kinds of lettuce, and and it lasts for a week. And he made that yesterday with my tiny assistants. And so we had chef salads for dinner, and I made Aura's and mine. Dennis was in charge of himself. They were delicious. So anyway, that's the kind of thing. So he was making hard-boiled eggs, so I got the ice water ready, and those little things like that just make it easier. I was the sous chef / assistant yesterday. And I helped. And it was good. So it's not very breezy out here right now. So anyway, Manny, our Amish gardener, is here. It's like I didn't expect it to be so long since I came back, because he and I walked around the garden and planned out what he was going to do for us before Dennis did his first mowing, because while he was here, his assistant was picking up all the sticks so that Dennis could mow for the first time. So it's been quite a while. I mean, it was in April. Surely. I'm sure it was in April. But his springs are very busy putting down mulch for all his clients and stuff. And he does, I guess he does lawn mowing, regular lawn mowing. Which is why he has time now, because the grass is not growing. But that's good. I've been threatening to mulch around my flower bed, and it needs it, and so he's here. He can do that, and he'll weed. He was very surprised. He's like, have you guys been weeding? We have pulled the occasional weed. I wouldn't call what we did weeding exactly, but we have pulled the occasional weed. So he was surprised how good it looked. Of course, they mulched the so much in the fall that, and they cleaned out all kinds of weeds and then mulched in the fall, because we looked horrible, and he made it beautiful. And so I think we've been reaping the work that they did in the fall, to not have too many weeds in the spring and summer. We're in summer now. Heck, we're soon in July. Oh, we're soon in July. Dennis and I will have our 32nd anniversary on the 4th of July. Doesn't seem that long, but it seems forever. Well, 32 years is long. So the forever makes sense, but it doesn't seem that long ago. But Christy was only 12 when we got married. So that seems a while ago. Anyway. So, but they found a wasp's nest, so I had to go get them some wasp killer. He says, we found a bee's nest in the ground bees. I'm like, you're not killing, we need some kind of poison or something. I'm like, well, you're not killing bees. Pollinators, you're not killing bees. Okay, well, we can't work there. I'm like, okay, leave it. And they're like, okay. And then he said they were wasps. I'm like, oh, wasps are different. Wasps are not pollinators. And we are working hard to get rid of wasps around the house, so I changed my tune, and so they're going to get rid of those wasps. That'll be good. But it's really looking completely different. It was such a jungle. I should have taken a before picture. I didn't realize they were coming. I mean, I was in bed when he called, and they were here in a half an hour, so he was close by. I can hear a bee that's pollinating from that. Hanging basket is like the most popular thing we have on this deck. And it's either a bumblebee or a carpenter bee. I can't tell. I think it might be a carpenter bee, but they're pollinators too. So we keep yelling at the dogs, quit, leave that bee alone, leave that bee alone. We don't care if they want to live in our deck. It's okay. Live and let live. That's where we are with the carpenter bees. Anyway, so that's what's going on around here. Russ and Pat are coming this afternoon. That'll be great. When Aura gets up, I'll give her her coffee, and she'll have a shower this morning, and we'll be all ready for our company. And I've got to wash the table. I might spray down the chairs too. See what the story is, but definitely washing the table. For sure. But anyway. And we accumulate ugly things that just stay around. I don't know why that is, but we do. And we need to stop that, I think. gonna put some. Do I have a baker's rack right there that's full of junk? That's what I'm looking at, and it's full of junk. And I'm like, well, I'm gonna get rid of the junk, and maybe I'll put one of the Gerber daisies on it because they're so pretty. And it's a very sunny spot until 1 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and then it's not sunny anymore. But they should be, I'll just put it there for the weekend because we're gonna have people sitting all around the table. Some people will have a view of that, so I'll improve that view. But anyway, mumble, mumble, rumble, rumble, ramble, ramble. So we're gonna be all spiffed up. I had asked Manny on the one side near the woods, I want forsythia. What I'm looking for is an early spring, early spring. I want it to be beautiful. I'm so jealous of everybody's forsythia. So I'm going to have forsythia along the woods, and that'll be nice. And he's going to plant some daffodils and tulips in the spot they're clearing now. So that will have spring flowers in it next year. So that'll be exciting. But he won't be doing that now. He'll be doing that in the fall. Yeah. So anyway, it's so nice to be able to have someone else do the work, I have to say. I'm a very lucky woman, and I know it. I do know how lucky I am. I am very, very aware. Anyway, I will say goodbye. I'm rambling. Dennis will be back from talking to Manny shortly. And I will see you tomorrow, I'm assuming. Please take good care of yourselves. Please, please stay safe and stay safe.